a little update. I was trying to change my brake line and this thing got stuck. So this is the line that goes from there and connects to the caliper. And so I had two options. Option A was to make that metal pipe on my own, like buy a piece of pipe and a tool, bend it and put some brake line fittings on, but I've never done that before. Option B was to buy a new pipe. So I checked some parts lists, found the parts number, but I could only find like the whole the pipe and the hose. They come as one when you order them. So I'm wondering if I will be able to disconnect this pipe from the new part, put it on my steel braided hose. I hope so. I also ordered the second pipe, the small hose, really tiny hose, looks like this. It also has a pipe with a similar connection, goes down to the, I don't know, the cylinder, master cylinder. I already have this line here. It's already steel braided because I extended one because I put risers on the handlebars. So I only have to change the lower part. Just have to figure out how it goes. So, that's that. I just realized that behind this splitter there are two lines going in there. It also has those same brake line fittings. Oh, and they're they're really hard to get to. So I checked the service manual, but I could only find the non-ABS version, but with like a small section at the back, which had like a sketch of how the ABS module was connected, but couldn't find anything about how to actually get to the parts, except the rear one. You just have to remove the battery tray, like small part, and you can access the nuts. The front part, I'm guessing the airbox has to go. What the? That was unexpected. Started dripping from the other hose. That was really weird. There we go. It's the old one gone. I think there's a piece missing here because these I don't know what these ABS sensor lines, they have these rubber fins on them, but there's no clear way to mount them, so I think that there may be some piece missing here. This rubber piece, I can't figure out where that is supposed to go. Like this, it's not bendy enough to stay there, but it's not wide enough. It's not wide enough to fit over this. It doesn't go all the way up. But I think I'll keep it up there anyway, just, I don't know. Update, this one is on, runs through there. And I have these ABS sensor thingies. See, this is the rubber pieces I was talking about. I can't figure out where they're supposed to go. I don't know, there seem to be some piece missing here. Gonna have to look at some. And this one is on. Goes up here. And this is weird angle. I don't know if it's supposed to be this sharp bend. Well, I think it will be alright. Now it's just time to torque them up to the right to specs and get some new fluid in. I got the new part for the rear hose. You know, that short metal tube. It looks like this. I wanted this piece just because I want to replace it from here. But they sent me this whole other hose. And I'm really hoping that I can separate these two so I can change this for us. And I don't want to damage it while trying. Because if this doesn't get loose, I'll have to use this old hose. Not the old hose, but this OEM hose without steel bridging. It worked. But it was really on there. And if the new one was that hard to loosen up, and I can understand why that old one was a pain in the, yeah. Oh, I really hope that inner fitting will come loose. I have to get rid of the battery, relays. This is just it's just on there with some rubber. Some hooks with some rubber. It's easy. Well designed. Relay on. Put this out of the way. Okay, unplug. Yeah, now we're talking. How do I get rid of these? That had the same rubber fitting. Here we go. There it is. It's exposed. That's the one I need to get off. Sorry for this placement, but that was the best I could do. There's almost no room here to turn this. Oh no. Oh! That... Huh. That worked immediately. Such a relief. Such a relief, man. It's off. Oh. Wow. Now we need to get it out of here. Sits like... Okay. It's out. Let's see if we can find the damage. Must be behind this cover. I'm gonna cut it open. Yeah, it's hard to see, but there's a hole right here. That's where it burst when I was punishing my brake lever. I hope the steel braided one is a bit tougher. But then again, I won't be punishing my brake lever like that anymore. Now I'm gonna put the new one, the new pipe, onto the new hose in the same angle as the old one. That's good. The tools. And I love that the new hose has a large. Yeah, the new old one just had this tiny little edge to put the tool on. So you had almost no leverage there. Let's get it on there. The manual said about 20 Newton in torque. So it's not supposed to be that hard. Now the new hose is done. I managed to get these small hose onto the new pipe. So I'm gonna try to get that changed as well. If we can get it off here. Yeah, easy. Easy, easy. Makes me happy. See that? Managed to get the thing. I got the rubber thing on there. I just need to get it through there. And it's on there. Okay, let's get that shit torqued up. Okay, the rear brake hoses are tightened and reassembled. Now we just have to filling time. I'm kind of stoked that I'm finally assembling things instead of just disassembling all the time. You know it's something when it's actually blub 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 when you're starting to fill her up. Well, the brakes are aired. No leakage. Brakes are tight. Feels as they should. So now it's just all that remains is to put the battery box back and reassemble the bike. And that's the boring part, so I'll let you skip it. Nice. Thanks for watching. Peace.